Hey everyone, it's CurlyHairedHero and welcome back to Pokemon Uranium. Last time we made it all the way to Nuzlocke City and encountered the first gym leader, Maria, who was actually a champion of the Tandor region, and we went ahead and got her badge, which we can go ahead and take a look at right there. Then after that we just did a couple of minor things. We came back to Moki Town, saw the professor. I think he just gave us some Pokeballs. We also got a rare candy, I believe, after catching 10 Pokemon. We also got the Older Rod. Got a trade. We got ourselves our own Fortog here, Rotundo. But in addition to that, we also got a Bashan, who we needed a Fortog to trade for. So we did that over in Nuzlocke City. We traded with Burole. And then we rounded up our team here. In between this episode and the last, I leveled up everyone to, decent levels. I got these guys up like 1-2 levels. Leveled up my little yeoman over here all the way up to level 10, which wasn't too hard given that it's a Pokemon given by trade. And I got a few levels on these guys who are extremely hard to train because they're at the point where they're extremely weak. They're high enough of a level where they don't level up quickly, but they're also low enough where they're weak and they really can't do anything. So I'm probably gonna end up ditching these guys pretty soon if they don't end up catching up. But I actually want to end up using Kathy to level her up because she's about to evolve pretty soon at level 10. We also did a couple of other things in between episodes, which I didn't think were that important, but we can use Rock Smash here, and there's a bunch of trainers that we can battle. There's like, what, 5 of them? Not really anything too exciting. Got a couple of items along the way. Nothing too crazy. No new Pokemon or anything like that. So that was fine. And also, I guess it's a small shortcut back to, Moki Town, is it? Yeah. Well, I guess maybe not so much of a shortcut because we still gotta go up here. So, maybe not. Either way, we did some of that. And we also found out where it is that we need to go next, which is actually over here to the right of Moki Town. Right here, we go ahead and use Rock Smash once more with a Grozord here. And we can make our way to Route 3 over here. I did a little bit of grinding over here because I figured these wild Pokemon would be stronger. I also beat up this little girl here. She didn't really have too much to threaten us with. She also wanted to talk to us about her dad, which was really weird. But I also got a Fenlong here. Fenlong being the kitten Pokemon. Although Fenlong is small and weak, it can manipulate other Pokemon by just giving them a pleading look and meow cutely. Another thing that we managed to catch here was probably towards the bottom. We got a S'more here. S'more being the cute ant Pokemon. If a S'more approaches your picnic, it's not trying to steal your food, it just wants attention. Still, some people are afraid of them. Aw, that's cute. I actually thought it was a fire type. It knows Ember, so it eventually evolves into a fire type, I'm guessing. And we also got a Lotad, which is really random. Lotad, the water weed Pokemon. This Pokemon lives in ponds with clean water. It is known to ferry small Pokemon across ponds by carrying them on the broadleaf on its head. Which is interesting because Lotad's only a foot tall. I don't know how wide it is, but I don't imagine it to be really that big for it to be going around carrying Pokemon. But anyways, there's also apparently a 1% chance that we can get a Weasel in this route, which would be really cool. I'd really like a Weasel, even though we already have a Water type and Fortog. But I highly doubt that I'm going to be able to find one. Maybe later on I'll come back and I'll try and catch it. I'm definitely more incentivized to catch Pokemon in this game than in perhaps any other main series Pokemon game. The main reason for that just being because, Professor Bamboo gives you gifts, and I've seen, that he eventually gives you Pokemon and stuff, which is really cool. And I like that there's a small progression, like every 10 he gives you something. That definitely helps, as opposed to in the main series games where you gotta get, the entire Pokedex complete just to fucking get a thing. Which I always thought was really silly, especially considering how many Pokemon there are now. We're at like 800 something. I don't know the exact. I think it's like 840. So a lot. Like a little encouraging in between would be nice, but whatever. At the very least, this game has that over the main series. Oh, come on. Jesus, things are so annoying to run away from. I also did manage to get Fairy Wind on Kathy here, what is this? Makes me think of that new Pokemon, Grow Sand or whatever it's called from Generation 6. 7 I should say. My mama just wanted to give My mama just give me a Pokemon to play with me. No wonder I had trouble with that. It's a bit broken English. But that's fine, I guess, because it is a little girl. So whether or not that was intentional, I guess that's fine. Balls. This thing's actually a poison type, so we can't use Fairy Wind. Given by the fact that it has Fairy Wind and also Struggle Bug, I'm assuming this thing is going to be a special attacker, which seems good since I think pretty much everyone else is mainly physical. Not so sure about Birdie here. I guess I can go for Grozard, though I don't think he really has anything. Quite honestly, let's see. Acid shouldn't do too much damage. Wow, that. Oh, it shouldn't do too much damage. It nearly did half. Man, that's garbage. Yeah, I'm thinking of ditching Grozard. And the thing about Grozard is that he has like max defense IV, so it's not like, you know, something like that. Like I just happen to have a shitty Grozard. It's just, I don't know what it is. Maybe he just has really low HP. He's not great. I'll tell you that much. I'm gonna keep him around until I find something a little more interesting, but boy oh boy oh boy. I don't really have anything safe to go to. This thing is really annoying. I notice I also have a big weakness to either fire types or... Yeah, I have a big weakness to fire types. Grozord would have been nice to combat that, but because I have Ochocinco, who's obviously 4 times weak against fire, so she can't do a damn thing about them. And then also there's Kathy, who's a bug type, who's weak to fire. So that's not good. That's about it. I thought I had another one. Maybe there's another type that I'm thinking of that I'm weak against, but yeah, we need to balance out our team a little bit more. Aw, I thought they were strong. I mean, you killed my Grozord, so it definitely wasn't weak. She has nothing to say. Alright, I'm sorry. My children are adorable, but they are a handful. Children? There's only one. Did this lady, like, lose her child? Oh, well, whatever. Maybe he's on the... There he is. Alright. Whew. Hey, let's play Pokemon. Here, I thought she just lost her child into, like, the ocean or something like that. And she's just too busy sunbathing to even go look for him. But no, none of that actually happened. Anyways. Wow, this thing learns Bulldoze pretty early on. I mean, granted, I'm not trying to say Bulldoze is, like, an amazing move, but a ground type move would be nice on Grozord. Fuck, I'm not doing any damage with anyone. Oh, and it's got me locked in. Oh, well, this sucks. Oh, I just gotta wait for it to kill me, I guess. Well... I'll say this much, at least the Bulldoze sounds pretty good. Alright, not looking too good even though I leveled up. Imagine if I didn't level up, I'd probably get my asshole wrecked right now, so it's a good thing I did. There was something I wanted to talk about, I think it wasn't the last episode, but the episode before where I talked about how this game being sort of the nature of fan games copying too much unnecessary things from what they think defines a Pokemon game. So, for example, how a lot of fan games feel like they need to have an evil team, and they need to have the usual setup where you see the evil team early in the beginning, and then somewhere down the middle, and then they're like the big sort of boss battle towards the end, right before the gym badge, and you know, stuff like that. And just a lot of things that designers take it upon themselves that need to be in the game. Just because they think maybe that's what makes a Pokemon game. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh when I say that, because I've also been thinking about it a little bit more. I'm in love with this thing, and also, was that love with... Oh, excuse me, or was that just charm? Oh, whatever, let's just switch into my Yao Man. Yo, man, this thing is cool, because not only does it level up quickly, but it gets rid of these annoying Pokemon relatively quickly, because it can hit really hard. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit this thing with Rock Smash. I hate this thing has Yawn. It's so obnoxious. Because it's not the kind of thing that you can just get rid of easily. Pretty much levels up every time I use them. Ah, great, a birdie. That's not good. Maybe try to return. Maybe that'll do some damage. Yeah, I told like pretty much everyone to return just because I thought maybe eventually it'll do more damage. Especially considering that most of them didn't really have a lot of moves. I don't even know what to go for. I guess I'll try my own version. But yeah, the reason why I thought I was banging maybe a little bit too hard is that maybe they don't necessarily think that's what defines it. Maybe that's just what they're trying to do in order to get people to feel comfortable with their game as a Pokemon game, so they make it as familiar as possible without, for example, drastically changing everything just so that they can have their own vision and specifically be different from a Pokemon game, you know, just for the sake of being different, which is also bad. What the Alright, so that's what our little buddy Kathy is supposed to evolve to, if I can ever get her to level 10. Pretty sure the thing's a fairy type. By the fact that that thing's gonna kill me. Oh, well, that actually didn't do too much damage. I'm thinking I'm not using Kathy anymore. As much as I think that thing is really cute, it's not really doing any goddamn damage, which is really annoying. Ooh, Air Cutter already? Wow, yes, please. Air Cutter does, yeah, 60 damage, nice. Go ahead and get rid of the Gust. But yeah, sorry, like I was saying. I don't know, maybe I was being too hard, maybe I'm not, because I feel like it's not so much that they sort of have that sort of thing in mind. By thing in mind, I mean, oh my god, I can't believe these guys are both asleep. I'll just leave them in the front, see if I can wake them up. I don't think they have in mind, you know, hey, let's put in all these aspects from Pokemon to make our game familiar to Pokemon. I think it's more of my previous argument, which is they're like, hey, we need this in the game because this is how Pokemon normally is. And they try to adhere to this strict formula of what they think a Pokemon game is, when it's not really necessary to do that, you know? The sea is vast, isn't it? I wish I had someone to take a look at the ocean with. Oh wait, I have my Pokemon. I'm never alone with them. Oh, I was gonna sit next to you, but I can't even do that, so I'm just gonna stand here next to you guys. Don't worry, you won't be alone. But yeah, I also wanted to sort of go ahead and talk about what it is that I think defines a Pokemon game, because there are a couple of things that I've been talking about, you know, pertaining to that argument as to things that I think are unnecessary in a fan game. I should probably... Can I pick this up? That was weird. I thought it was just gonna spawn again. Alright, I just stole your netball. I hope you guys don't have anything to say about that. My bro and I wonder... Wait, what? My bro and I would rather stay in here. You can have plenty of adventure inside. Interesting. My mom just doesn't understand why I hate sand. It's coarse and rough and it gets everywhere. Yeah, I can feel you. Can't believe it. We live on the beach and all the children want to do is stay inside. Whether they're playing video games or reading books, they never want to go out and play. Bro, at least they're reading books. I mean, some kids don't even want to look at a book. At least one of them is doing that. I don't blame them. I mean, it's either they're gonna get attacked by a wild Pokemon and have to go here and fucking get sand everywhere. I hate sand. Anyways, yeah, so the things that I think are unnecessary in some fan games are the sort of, it annoys me a lot specifically because they did it in the main series game with Team Flare, is that they felt like they needed that evil team just because every game has an evil team. So they shoehorned Team Flare in there when in reality Team Flare didn't do anything, nor did they really have a sort of direction in game or out of game. So when people think that they need to put in a team to do things, it's really annoying, which is why I really think Generation 7 is refreshing in the sense that they sort of swap that out for Team Skull, which are kind of not the main, they're not the main focal point of the game, and they don't, you know, they act differently from other teams. They're kind of just there and they show up sometimes, but even in the game people are kind of like, not that serious. And sure, they play a bigger part later on, but it's not so much shoehorned as it is with Team Flare. So I just hate it when they put in evil teams just for the sake of having evil teams. That I feel is really dumb. I don't mind the you know, a badge structure and Pokemon League. Oh, that's fine. I really do like how Sun and Moon sort of changes things up, but I don't think that's a formula necessarily to be changed per se. while I do embrace the change as refreshing. What else do I find annoying? I find it annoying, sort of the whole Pokemon Professor thing. Like, there are a lot of fan games that try to do these, like, crazy, over-the-top stories where you're, like, secret agent and, like, the world is, like, all of this crazy shit. But then they also want to start you off as a 10-year-old who gets a Pokedex from a professor. Like, something's wrong there, you know? Like, that doesn't really make a lot of sense, is what I'm saying. Like, if you want to do this crazy, over-the-top story, you don't need to stick to the old sort of ways of having, you know, a Pokedex, going on an adventure, getting badges. Like, if you're trying to do this, don't try to shove that in with the old mechanics of, you know, adventuring and getting badges. Don't try to shove all that stuff together unless you can find a way to do it cohesively, you know, together. Like, what in the heck is this? This is a weird Spinarak sprite headed. It's obviously a bug type, so a Spoonie. Interesting. So that's one of the main things I had against what's it called, Pokemon Light Platinum. The game looked great. The only issue is that, you know, they wanted to do this whole story where your main character is like this special kid and your dad was super famous and he can read like special text or a bunch of shit. And they start you out with that, but then it's like, oh, by the way, just go on your adventure also. Team Steam is trying to, you know, end the world, but go get badges. Like, that's more important right now. Like, no, come on. Sure. We'll put in Bag Catcher Sack. Is that legit his name? Phone. His name is legit Bug Catcher Sack. Why does Richie here have a picture, but not Hiker Larry or Brent or Brandon? That's kind of lame. Waiting for a rematch. Oh, I can actually rematch all these guys. Well, that's lame. I wish I knew that earlier. I would have gone back and trained everyone rather than just trying to beat up all Pokemon. Alright, well, whatever. I guess I'll use a Super Motion on Birdie here. And we're gonna go ahead and swap out Birdie for Ochocinco, see if we can get her leveled up while we make it through this obnoxious gauntlet of trainers with all our Pokemon that should be getting leveled up dead, which sucks. But yeah, sort of mixing elements like that really annoys me. Just things that don't need to be there, that they force upon themselves just to adhere to the old formula, annoys me. The other thing that really grinds my gears about fan games is when they do what's it called? They feel like they need to give you gift Pokemon every other day, or not every other day, every other, you know, step you take. They feel like they need to give you a gift Pokemon. I find that really annoying, and you know, a lot of people love that because, like, wow, this gift Pokemon, I love this Eevee or this fucking Dratini that I got after the first gym badge. Like, that just, design-wise, it just breaks the game a bit. Like, I understand one side of the argument is that those Pokemon are rare. They're usually really hard to catch. They're also especially hard to have while you go through an adventure, you know? I get that. But not like Pokemon Platinum that gives you, you know, all the starters literally every other location that you traverse through the game, they give you just a Pokemon. Like, that's just ridiculous. And there's a lot of games that do that you can just get free Pokemon everywhere. And not just, you know, free Pokemon in terms of, like, you know, normal Pokemon, like legit rare Pokemon there's only ever one of. They just give it to you. I find that that just annoys the hell out of me. What's the other thing I don't like? I think that's the main gist of it. Just when they force things to work together, so, you know, they're crazy stories and, you know, also being 10 and getting a gym badges, shoehorning evil teams, I don't like that. I also don't like what I just said, you know, constantly giving gift Pokemon. And then the whole sort of other small quirks, like having to do the intro with the professor where he's like, oh, this is a Pokemon, etc, etc, I'm this professor, all this other stuff. Like, they don't really need to do that. Like, I know what Pokemon is. This is a fan game. Like, you don't play, the majority of people aren't gonna play a game that's a fan game without originally playing the original game, you know, especially when it comes to something like Pokemon. If that just feels really ass backwards. I find it very hard to believe that people would do that. So to try and put a tutorial in the sense of like how Pokemon does their tutorials, where they're just really unnecessary. For a fan game, I think it's unnecessary. Like, I know for an actual game, sure. Even if it's like the 100th version of the game, fine. A tutorial should be there for new people. I get that. But for a fan game, I don't really know if you need to teach me these things. I'm just saying, I don't know. That one might be a little bit decisive, but I don't think that kind of stuff is really necessary. Just aside from the fact that it's it wastes time, and you're just spending all this time doing that. It also kind of takes away from the game, because you know, you want me to like believe this is your own creation, but then you have this copy and paste the same intro from all the other Pokemon games and all that stuff. That kind of, you know, puts me out of that immersion that this is a fan game, and just makes me think that, you know, this is just, like I said before, like Black and White 2.0 or something like that, you know? I have one Pokemon left. I know someone somewhere down the line gave me like a revive, which is nice, but this is just fucking ridiculous at this point. Man, alright. Anyways, I think that wraps it up. Those are pretty much the main things that irk me about Pokemon games, or sorry, fan games. Not that I'm trying to say anything bad against fan games, I'm just saying that there's a couple of things that don't need to be there, you know, like, that I just feel like these designers have to be there. But whatever. I just felt like getting that off my chest, since I figured last time I brought it up, I might as well have a full encompassing argument about the whole entire thing. Maybe next episode I'll bring everything all around and talk about what defines Pokemon games, so the aspects that they should be taking from, and maybe something about other stuff. We'll see about that. There was something else that I wanted to talk about, but I don't know if I should do it in this episode, because I don't think I'm gonna have the time. But I guess it's not really that long, so I don't need that much time to talk about it. It's the engine that this thing runs on, which is ironic, because I feel like in general Pokemon games are pretty limited in the fact that they're on handhelds. So for example, in Sun and Moon, all of the fucking like double battles and stuff like that are laggy as fuck, you know, and like, it's just because I guess the DS can't handle it. I don't know why. It doesn't seem to be any, you know, stronger than the previous game in terms of like the animations and stuff. It doesn't seem that crazy, that jump of quality in the sprites, or the models I should say. So I don't know, but the game just cannot handle a lot of stuff, which is really annoying. So relating that back to this, I don't like that a lot of the ways that these fan games are made are on RPG Maker. RPG Maker is not exactly, at the time, like now, I feel like it's kind of outdated. I don't know what model of RPG Maker they're using. I know it's one of the older ones, but definitely know that it's not like the most recent one, which is fine. But there are just a lot of things that I feel like they could be able to do a lot more with if they used a stronger engine. And I'd like to see a Pokemon game that has, you know, a strong engine. So like how supposedly the third game in the 7th generation is supposed to be on the Switch, which I highly doubt. It's gonna be I thought it's the 20. Yeah, like I highly doubt that game is gonna be on the Switch. I'm sure there's gonna be a Pokemon game. It's probably gonna be, you know, a Pokemon Revolution kind of game or something of the sort, or maybe just a port of fucking Pokken Tournament, because that actually did, you know, relatively well, given that they're having like tournaments and stuff, and they got the arcade, and it's getting DLC, so I'm assuming that's doing well. Where the hell am I? It's just those things in between rounds. Burole is lovely. I don't know you, but I'm sure you agree with me. Ooh. I know I'm a camper, but but it's so good when we get to a town after so many battles. Yeah, I know. Fucking tell me about it. Ah, Burole Town. That's what she meant. I thought she meant like a Pokemon or like a person, or I don't know what the fuck she was talking about. I'm just gonna go ahead and heal up. But yeah, I just feel like I wish a lot of games used stronger engines. I know there's this fan game that I was following. Me and my girlfriend were following. They were working on an RPG Maker previously, and they kind of ditched it. And now they're working on, I'm not sure what, but it's either or I think it was specifically they were using Essentials, and maybe they jumped out to the newer versions of RPG Maker, but they're basically using new technology, and I just feel like they can do so much more, especially now given that Pokemon's gone full 3D. There's just a lot more that we can do, but whatever, that's enough of me being all judgmental and complaining. Like, I'm not trying to say it in a bad way, I'm just, you know, oh, fuck it, whatever. Stay fresh.